Good morning. Hello, fifth graders. Welcome to our technology class. This is week 10. So last week we did a special lesson. We celebrated National Career Development Month, and you guys were supposed to work on figuring out your top 3 career clusters. And so I just wanted to clarify. So I sent out the career cluster survey where it had the 16 boxes and you were supposed to circle as many as interest you in each box. You don't have to send that to me. You can do that yourself and then use it to answer the questions on the Google Doc. So if you want to print out the survey and do it on paper, if you did it online, however you did it, as long as you were getting your top 3 boxes, so your top 3 career clusters, then what you were doing is you were using the ONET website to be able to find out more information about your career cluster. So the ONET, I didn't put it on here, I don't think. Oh wait, here it is. I think I put the link to it on here. So the ONET website has all 16. So there's 16 career clusters. So you were choosing your top 3, and then you were going to narrow it down to 1. So say, for example, you ended up choosing education. You would come on here and you would search, and then you would find a career, one career on here. So let's take, for example, I'll just choose one. You wanted to become a kindergarten teacher. You would click on it, and then you were just going to copy and paste what technology skills you would need. So that was your assignment from last week. So I received some of them from you guys, but I was thinking maybe you were a little bit confused. So for the actual survey, right, with the 16 boxes, do that on your own. What you're turning into me is the Google Doc where you typed in your top 3 career clusters, then you chose one of them, and then you went and chose an actual job or career. And then you put in the technology skills that you would need for that. And then you just shared it with me. Okay, so hopefully that clarifies for you guys. All right, so this week we are actually going to be starting a project that we're going to be working on over the next couple of weeks. So this is the first part of our project this week. It's called the Technology Innovators Project. And an innovator is somebody who does something new. There's somebody who thinks outside the box, they come up with new ideas, and they create things that haven't been done. And then in technology, innovators is something, these people are doing things that, have never been done before, and they're really changing the world. So what we're going to be doing is you're going to be choosing a technology innovator, and you're going to be researching about them. So we're doing this in parts. So part 1, which is this week, is you are going to be choosing somebody, and then I'm going to guide you through how to research the questions that you'll be using for your project. So it's important that you keep up with each of the parts, because if, say, you don't do the part this week, then next week, well, actually next week is Thanksgiving, so there's no class, but the following week, when I show you part 2, you're gonna have a hard time doing it because you didn't do part 1. So you have to keep up with all the parts. And you do have 2 weeks. You have this week and next week, because next week is Thanksgiving, to finish part 1, which I think probably it will take you probably that amount of time if you do a little bit each day. So the first thing you're going to do is I'm going to send you this list, and these are some people who are technology innovators. I want you to choose one person for your project. So here's some of the people on here. Bill Gates, I think everybody knows him. Microsoft, right? Grace Hopper, she was in the Navy. She was the first woman computer programmer. Elon Musk, creator of Tesla. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon. Ada Lovelace, she was a mathematician and a pioneer in computers. Steve Jobs, Apple. Dr. Erna Hoover, she was from Telephony Hero. So you might have to research if you don't know some of these people. Shigeru Miyamoto, he was, guess what, founded Nintendo. Jeffrey Katzenberg from DreamWorks Animation. Cynthia Brazil, Personal Robots Group, MIT Lab. Evan William, he was Twitter. Annie Easley, she was a computer scientist at NASA. Mark Zuckerberg founded Facebook. Mark Raitberg, Boston Dynamics, right? They make a lot of robots. Steve Chen, YouTube. So I put a list of people. So maybe one of them is speaking out to you right now and you're like, yeah, I really want to do my project on this person. Or maybe there's somebody else that wasn't on the list. So you can choose somebody from the list, or if you have somebody else in mind, you just have to make sure that they were part of the field of technology. So we're choosing somebody who's part of the field of technology. So please make sure that whoever you choose, whether it's on this list or somebody else, that they were a technology innovator, okay? Because I'm going to show you the questions that you're going to be working on. So our assignment this week is to research online to answer the questions below. And you'll need at least 3 to 5 bullet points about each question. So for the first thing that you're going to do is put the name of the person that you will be researching. We will be turning this into a Google Slides presentation. So you'll notice I have slide 1. Don't worry about doing that. That's going to be part 2 of the project. Part 1 is that you type in the answers to these questions and you're going to send me your answers. So you're going to look up personal life. Where was the person born? Where did they go to school? Share some interesting facts about their personal life. Like, does it say anything? What did they like to do as a child? Anything special that happened during their life? Then we're going to take a look at their career life. Where did they work? What did they do for their career? So tell us about their job. Okay, did they start a company? What product did they make? Then for the 4th slide, we're going to look at technology innovator. How are they a technology innovator? Did they create an app, a company, a product? So you're going to share a little bit about that. Slide 5 is technology impacting the world. How did this person impact the field of technology and change the world? Share how they changed the world. So you'll share a little bit about that. And then the last thing that you're going to put is your sources. So you're going to include links to the website sources that you use to get your information. And you're going to use at least 3 sources. You're not just going to put, I used Google. You're going to put the real name of the website that you found the information on. So let's pretend, just for an example, that we chose Bill Gates. So I'm going to type in Bill Gates. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys a link to the Google Safe Search Kids. You can use Google if you want, but the Google Safe Search is nice because it won't have anything inappropriate on it. So it's meant for kids. So if I type in Bill Gates and then I press search, you'll see that I'll start getting some websites about him. Bill Gates, biography.com. So they have actually a lot of things on here. I might end up using this. So if I click on it, it says he's an entrepreneur. He founded the largest software business, Microsoft. Who is he? Here's some things about his early life. So we know he was born in Seattle, Washington. So I might start adding some of this information into my thing here. So I could say he was born in Seattle, Washington, and let's go look up some more things. On October 28th, 1955. So October 28th, 1955. And then let's see what else I can find out about his personal life. Early life. He had an older sister and a younger sister. So we know he was the middle child. So maybe I might want to include that. So middle child, he had older sister and a younger sister. Okay, let's see what else we can find about him. So it says that he was, it talks about his father was a law student. And let's see, it talks about a little bit more about his family. He was very close with his mother. So you would have to look through
Still
here.
hard to find a
He
spot.
also
Just easier.
it talks about his education. So it says that he liked to read a lot. He liked to read the encyclopedia. So that might be something you want to include in your report. Loved reading. He read the encyclopedia. Wow, that's pretty cool. So we're just looking for interesting things about him. It talks about, I believe, where he went to school. He went to the Lakeside School. So in Seattle, he attended the Lakeside School in Seattle. So I'm just, as you can see, I'm not even typing full sentences. I'm just putting some kind of short facts about him. Now, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to click here and I'm going to do copy because I'm copying the link to the website. And I'm going to go ahead to my sources now. And I'm going to click paste because I use biography.com to get some of my information for Bill Gates, right? My research on Bill Gates. So now I might go back to my search and maybe now I want to look at a different website and see what else I can find. At the foundation fact sheet, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they have some information. So we know that he did found the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So that might be something I might include in my project. So again, you'll have to look through 10 surprising facts about Bill Gates. That might be interesting. He's the richest man in America. Well, he's second richest right now. It says he co-founded one of the most successful tech companies, Microsoft. He's a very generous person. He gives a lot through his foundation. So this might be a great website. Look, I'm finding so much information on here about things all about him that would help me to answer all of the questions about what he did, his life, his personal life. So over the next 2 weeks, you're going to complete part 1 of the project. You're going to choose your person. You're going to online research and answer all of the questions on this sheet. So what I would like you to do is do this in Google Docs. So I'm going to email you this in Microsoft Word. And what you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste this into Google Docs. Let me show you how to do that. So go to the bottom of your document and click after the last thing that you want to copy. Now hold your left clicker down, drag, and highlight everything. Now right click, or you can also just do Control C on your keyboard. Go into your Google account and you'll have to go into the Google Drive so everybody knows how to get into Google Docs. Go to New, and then we want the blue one, Google Doc. I want you to then hit Control V. Whoops, it didn't copy everything. Hang on a minute. Let me go back. So if it didn't copy, just highlight everything again. Let me just highlight everything. So I just want to copy everything and then I'm going to paste it in. So now I pasted everything into here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this Technology Innovators Project. And this is part 1, okay? So everybody will now have this saved in Google Docs. So this is great because when this is saved in Google Docs, if you want to do, maybe you want to answer like the first 2 questions on one day, and then you want to take a break and come back and answer the next 2 questions during your research, it will save it for you in your Google Drive. And then when you're done, so this is going to be due by December 4th, you have 2 weeks, you're going to hit the share button, and then you'll put in my email, eastpc@gmail.com, you'll hit done, and it will share the file with me. So then I will be able to see all of the research that you did on all the questions. So that's the first part of our project. On the next second part, I'm going to show you how to make a presentation in Google Slides. Don't worry about that right now, because you won't be able to make a presentation if you didn't do your research. So your research is the most important part of what you need to do over the next 2 weeks. You need to choose a person. So you can either choose somebody from the list that I gave you, or if you have somebody else in mind, you can choose them. Then you need to go online and research these questions for each of the slides and type your answers under. So when I receive your document, your Google document, I should see who you chose, and I should be able to go to each of these questions and see that you answered them. And you were able to then share the sources that you use to get your answers. So you need at least 3 sources, so 3 different websites. If you have more, that's amazing, okay? No problem. You can always have more sources, but you just need a minimum of 3, okay? And you're also going to be looking for at least 2 pictures, but don't worry about that. We'll add the pictures in when we're done doing our Google Slides. So we'll do that in part 2. So this is going to be a great way for you to combine using your technology skills, right? Using Google Docs, typing, researching on the internet. And it also is going to enable you to learn more about somebody who is an innovator in the field of technology. And hopefully it can inspire you to say, wow, you know, I want to be an innovator one day when I have my first career, and start to really think about how you're going to be really letting God inspire you with ideas to change the world, right? And that's the most amazing thing. As Christians, we don't have to go at it with just our limited human mind. We have access to the mind of Christ inside of the Holy Spirit that lives inside of us. And so we can pray and God can inspire us with ideas. And that's really the hope for you guys, that you will really be seeking God and praying about how you can be a world changer in your future, right? So have fun with this. Pick somebody that you're really interested in from the list. Somebody who you're like, yeah, I really want to learn more about that person's life. I want to learn more about their career, what they do for their job, how they really changed the field of technology, right? So think of something that you're interested in, okay? And then if you have any trouble, you should email me right away, because I want you getting started on this. So today is going to be the 20th, and there's no school on the 27th. So you have all of that week, and you have the following week. It's going to be due on December 4th. So you have 2 full weeks to do your research and fill in the answers to these questions in your Google Doc and share it with me. Okay. And everybody, there will be a typing assignment as well. So I'll email that to you. I believe, let me just check. I can't remember what the 5th grade one was, but there will be a typing assignment. Hang on. So your typing assignment is the 5-minute typing test. So please keep up with these, okay? If you fell behind in the first quarter, now's your chance. Every week, check your typing account and do your assignment so you can easily get 100 for that portion of your grade. So it's a 5-minute typing test. It takes 5 minutes, and you have 2 weeks to do it. So there's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to do that. Okay, so that's your assignment for the next 2 weeks. And if you didn't finish the assignment from last week about the career clusters, please finish that and send it to me as soon as possible. So, you know, if you received an incomplete on your report card, that means that you failed technology class. And yes, they were very graceful allowing to put an incomplete on the report card instead of putting a 43 or whatever it was, a 0. But you guys, you have to really stop and think, you know, you're getting older now. You need to be responsible and accountable to your name, your character as a person, right? You have to stop and say, who am I? And when people look at me, am I somebody who's responsible, who does my work, am I hardworking? These things matter, you know. And elective classes, when you get in high school and when you're in a public middle school as well, you need elective classes as part of your credits to graduate and earn a diploma. So you will not be able to graduate high school if you do not complete your elective courses, which can be anything from studio art to robotics to computer coding. There's a ton of electives once you get into high school. But this is preparing you to be responsible and know that you have to complete every course that you are enrolled in at a school. And that's part of, and also just be thankful because you have an education that is providing you with the ability to study so many different subjects. You should take advantage of that, right? And just like we talked about in the chapel this morning, to really be thinking about the fact that there's kids in Uganda, they don't have a school like PCA, right? They don't have nice classrooms. They don't have the internet and being able to even use technology for anything. So, you should really be thankful that you even have these opportunities, right? And to really say, gosh, I want to make the most of it. And so that's my hope and prayer for you guys. So, alrighty, we will see you when we get back from the break. So, have a happy Thanksgiving and we'll see you guys. Bye.